There have been many big protests around the world recently, many for the Black Lives Matter movement after the death of George Floyd. But could such protests happen here in Singapore? The answer, kind of. Let me explain. This is Speaker's Corner. It's on the entrance of Hong Lim Park, which is just behind me. And it's the only place that Singaporeans and permanent residents here are legally allowed to protest or hold peaceful demonstrations. Now, it was set up in September 2000, and it was kind of modelled on Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park in London. And since 2000, there's been a couple of changes to the rules. Most notably in 2008, people no longer had to apply for a police permit to come and protest. So if a Singaporean or a permanent resident wanted to hold a demonstration or an event, they just had to apply to the National Parks Board. Now you can go on their website and you can have a look at all of the criteria that have to be met. If you want to get foreigners involved in your event though, or your protest, well, good luck with that. The police have to give out a permit, and they're not going to be giving out permits to foreigners to protest, particularly about issues outside of Singapore. So if you wanted to come and talk about Hong Kong, that's a bit of a no-no. Now, there has been events here. There was a big protest in the park, all about a new law that was being sort of attempted by the government to allow more foreigners and more immigrants to come and work in the country. Understandably, the locals weren't very happy about it, so they held an event here. There's also the Pink Dot event, which takes place annually. It's an LGBT awareness event, and lots of people come dressed in pink and form a big pink dot. The dot is because people call Singapore the red dot on the map, so they're calling it the Pink Dot. But it's about the only place, well, it is the only place in Singapore where these such events are permitted, and they are regulated, of course, as well. Now, you don't see protests elsewhere, and if you do, you'll probably see them on YouTube, because there might be one or two videos where there's a lone person standing outside a building with some signs, and they'll very quickly get taken away by the police. There is one notorious guy who's done it a couple of times, and the police, as you can imagine, get rid of him as soon as possible. So it's not really a big place to see protests, and they're also very, very conscious, the government, of people holding up signs. There was some stories recently when the climate change activism was happening around the world, led by Greta, of some people holding up signs protesting here, and they were being tracked down by the police after pictures were put up on social media. So you do have to be careful about what you do, but you can come to the Speaker's Corner, come to the park, and get involved in some demonstrations, but only if you're a Singaporean or a permanent resident. So there you have it. You can protest as long as you're Singaporean or a permanent resident in a specific area and following specific rules. Clear, right? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a like and also subscribe to my channel. I'll have plenty more videos coming from here in Singapore, including hopefully some videos on life after the end of lockdown, which hopefully will be soon.